Hey y'all, welcome to another Project Life Process video, and I'm using my DIY summer kits that I made. I did a video on it and I will link that down below so that y'all can see if you're interested. I made two mini kits, mostly for Project Life, and one large kit for 12 by 12 scrap layouts. And okay, so on this layout I am using the crepe paper one, and I'm just making cards, and these cards actually are just something that I added to the kits. They're leftover summer cards that I've had over the years, and why not use them up? So I don't mind adding that. So I'm just pulling out my papers here. I really find the branding strips on top of the papers where you tear it off very helpful, because it's almost like it's telling us which two papers go well together, which two papers match well together. And so I'm using that yellow because on the top right I have that pink paper, which is the same paper of the branding strip. Making a 3x4 card out of this pineapple paper. It's one of the papers in the paper pad that I think looks the most boy, most manly, because the photo is of my husband and his brother throwing a fist bump in the air. So anyway, so that's that, and putting all the ephemera in the box there, and now I'm going to get started on these two cards. I only have that scrap piece of paper, that floral scrap, and it doesn't go all the way to 3x4, so I'm using the Simple Stories 3x4 template to kind of match it up and make sure it is a 3x4 size. The text there that you see that says 22 weeks baby is the size of a spaghetti squash is a weekly pregnancy thing that I got from the Rona Designs app, and I just printed it like if it were a picture in a collage and trimmed it down. And now I'm going to use a label, and I chose pink so that it could coordinate with the flowers there, so the two cards can look more like one card rather than two cards just right next to each other, two different cards next to each other. Right now I am taking out some numbers from these foiled tile letters. I wanted to put the exact date. I don't do this very often because, like I said, I do Project Life monthly, but for this I think it's important, especially because it's that week, that I mark specifically what the date was. And here I did pull some stuff from my stash, because especially for this layout, because it's about my pregnancy and I have a bit of, well, actually I have quite a big collection of pregnancy stickers and chipboard and ephemera and all that stuff, and I need to use that up because I'm not strictly gonna just do layouts with pregnancy or baby collections. I know I'm not, so I need to bring those supplies out. I need to do a little bit of journaling for this photo, and so I used a tag from a scrap. I would have used a tag or a big piece of ephemera from the Oasis ephemera pack, but they all have some sort of text on it or some sort of design on it that makes it kind of hard to journal. So I had to just create my own tag, and that's fine. It's a grid, a really tiny grid background, and that's from an Amy Tangerine, I think. So get a clear sticker from the Amy Tangerine, and it says PS, and I thought that was kind of cute because it says PS, this is what I was feeling. And I hadn't really been using a pregnancy journal just yet, so I had to go based on what it was on my Instagram. And since that was a very light week, I was just so relaxed and enjoying my time in Texas. It wasn't tons of going on. So here I pull out my homemade enamel dots, and I have a pearl-like pink that goes so well with one of the pink shades in the flowers. So got that out, and a tiny turquoise one from that set that you see there right next to me. And yeah, look at that, that's so cute. Okay, so this next photo, I love this photo. It's me and my husband with my dad and my stepmom, and it was their first time seeing me with a Prego Belly. Oh my goodness, so let's just talk about this adhesive here, this tape adhesive. It's so old. It's like 10 years old, and I wanted to use it up. But you know what? When things are that old and they just don't work that well, and you don't have a lot of it. I mean, it's just towards the end of using it all up. Just throw it away. I think I'm telling myself more than I'm telling you. It just, after taping this photo here, I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm done. I'm not gonna even try to use you completely up. Anyways, so I'm backing up that photo with some cardstock because I want to really, that photo be the main focus of the whole layout. So I want the person who is viewing the album to spend some time looking at that photo in that page. And I want to keep the embellishing to a minimum, not too crazy, since the card is already so colorful and the photo is so colorful. I thought these chipboard stickers are perfect, and it says these people are my favorite. Trying to get the favorite just right to where you don't see the photo coming up above the letters. And I had to cut that apart so that it can go in between the F. It actually looks really nice. I think I like that very much. I bring in the gold glittered heart. I usually don't use embellishments this big in Project Life. I find it very difficult, but because I want to keep the embellishing to a minimal as far as how much I use, this helps me just use one piece. Man, I got some glue on my photo and that really bugged me, so I'll try to wipe that off there. And now I want something to go with that heart, but not to take away from the picture. So I want something horizontally and maybe thin, as far as not too tall. So that Moments That Matter is perfect. And I think that's all I do for this card. Oh, no. I put in some tiny enamel dots and I use the lighter pink. You wouldn't think that the lighter pink would go with this collection, but I like the tone-on-tone pink there, so. The next photo here my dad actually took of me. He was actually taking a lot of photos of me in a jokingly manner because I've never weighed that much ever in my whole life. So he was just having so much fun. And this photo, though, I'm actually looking towards the beach, so you can't see my belly, but I actually really like this picture because I'm usually the one behind the camera, so to capture moments like this of me is very rare. Simple embellishing for this one, just a little cluster there on the bottom. Grab this pineapple from the stickers Oasis, and I love it because it's so colorful. It's got this pattern, but it's small, so that works out. And a tiny word sticker that says summer. I think I'm going to try some different smaller detailed scissors. I've had these for a while and I just can't get used to them. We're just not working well together. So I'm thinking of trying out the Tim Holtz scissors, and so we'll see how that relationship goes. Some little tiny dots there, another pink pearl and a turquoise, and I call that card done. This next card here is a photo of me and Nathan, and we went to the beach on a weekday, and what a day to go. There was hardly anyone there. It was still in spring though, so there wasn't anything open as far as stands, and the only thing you can get was an umbrella. But other than that, such a beautiful day. The water was too cold for me personally, but Nathan and my dad just jumped right in. So I get this clear sticker and it says just us with the heart, and I have the big heart, and I kind of want it to be like a pair of hearts so it could just mimic the same as me and Nathan as a couple. And I thought, well, maybe not, maybe cover it up, but no, I didn't. The heart was going to be too much of an angle than I would like. Putting some foam so it could have just a little bit of dimension from the clear heart. Grabbing some ephemera, and actually I don't think I use, oh yes I do, I use the tail end of a palm sticker, so that works out great. Don't throw away your scraps. Then a camera. There's usually always a camera in one of my layouts. If there's an embellishment with a camera, I'm going to use it. Some tiny enamel dots, a pink one, another pink one, but I think later on I bring in another enamel dot to have 3 there, and that is it for that photo. This next one is of Nathan and his brother, my brother-in-law, younger brother, and they're just being silly, and you can never take a normal photo with these two, ever. And so they're just throwing a fist bump in the air, making silly faces. That pineapple says right here, right now, and I like the whole yellow and black and white. So I really like that color combo. Looking for something to put as a phrase, another phrase, and that says let's be word together, which I'm actually finding this phrase a lot in collections, and I totally dig it. I like that phrase. Some enamel dots for just a pop of color, and I'm done with that card. This next pineapple card is all three of us together, and I use a sticker tag, and the crepe paper collection, I think the location is based off in California, and we're in Texas. Actually, I've never been to the West Coast. My hubby and I, it's on our bucket list to visit California, some coffee shops there. So anyways, so if anything in a collection has a state that I have not been in, obviously I'm not going to have any photos of it, so I'll try to cover it up. And here I put that bright sunshine with the palm tree and brought out a chipboard circle for some dimension that says love us. I wanted to bring in some of the gold foil tile letters because I have a card with them and that was the only card. So to balance, I put little bro here. And then to me, it feels like it's all by itself. So I'm going to use a label as a banner to kind of connect the embellishing to the little bro, and it looks like your eye will go down from the tag to the circles to the little bro. And look at this photo here. This photo did not even make it to my personal Instagram account. But it's part of the trip, so it's a part of our family album. And yeah, that's just me, my pregnant belly with a bikini. I was all about showing off the bump and, you know, wearing the outfits to really just focus on the bump or anything. I felt so beautiful during my pregnancy, and that's what I put there in that little label, and just loving everything about it. And I think I'm looking for a little heart, something to go on top there, and that's it. That's for that. Look it, I even showed y'all a close-up of it. So here's the layout. Put all the cards next to each other so you can see it, how it all looks, and of course I'm just fiddling here, adding an extra enamel dot there. This photo of me and my stepmom, I thought, let's put a little something because it'll be the only one without something. And so I think I choose something green because the pineapple on the far right has a little bit of green, so figured that would put some balance. And I chop off the arrow because I just didn't like the way it looks. There you are, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video with my DIY summer kit, and I can't wait to show you more.